Hey everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie. I'm a travel agent who loves to share my reviews and tours for my travels around the world, especially cruises, all-inclusive resorts, and escorted tours. Today we're talking about all-inclusive resorts and what to pack. All right, you've booked your dream vacation to an all-inclusive resort in the Caribbean and Mexico, and now you have the dreaded task of filling your suitcase. So the first thing you want to be sure to pack is your passport and any of your essential documentation to make sure you can actually get into the country. I recommend taking screenshots or downloading PDFs with your reservation information. You can also print it out if you happen to have access to a printer. If you happen to use your phone as your boarding pass and you don't use a printed boarding pass, be sure to take a screenshot of your boarding pass before you board the plane. The issue with using a mobile boarding pass through an airline app or even in your wallet is that the boarding pass will disappear once you board. When you get to immigration, they may ask you for a copy of your boarding pass and it will be gone and you will panic. I speak from experience. Luckily, my husband had screenshotted our boarding passes, so we were able to show the customs and immigration officer that we did have a copy of it. So be sure to do that before you board the plane. You'll also want a PDF of your confirmation information because the customs and immigration officer may ask you for the address of your hotel, the name of your hotel, how long you're staying. You want to be able to answer all of those questions when you get up to the immigration entry. Now, some countries have kiosks. All you got to do is scan your passport, walk right through, no questions, no problem. But I just want to make sure you're prepared in case there are questions, that you have the information at your fingertips and that you don't need Wi-Fi to find it. When it comes to clothing, think about what you're going to be doing during the days and how fashionable you want to be. The first thing I do is I look at any excursions we have booked, read through the excursion description and see if any special clothing is required. Do I need a bathing suit? Do I need a special kind of shirt or shorts? Do I need to wear pants? Are there a type of shoes or water shoes that's required? And that's the first thing that gets set out. Things that I'm gonna need for an excursion. Then I think about how we're gonna spend our days. So usually in an all-inclusive resort, you're in a bathing suit and a cover-up or maybe shorts and a t-shirt throughout the day. I put those aside. When it comes to the evening, you'll want to check the rules of your particular resort and what is the dress code for the evening. Many all-inclusive resorts require pants and closed-toed shoes for men. For women, you may be restricted on flip-flops unless they're super fancy, so you might want to bring a pair of dress sandals. Though, as ladies, we get away with a lot more when it comes to dress code than the gentlemen do. So take a look at that when you're determining what you're going to bring for each evening. You can also check to see, and we try to provide this to our clients who book through my travel agency, is there going to be a theme night? Is there going to be a white party, a neon glow party? Is there something you're going to want a special outfit for? Or are you traveling in a group where you guys do want to dress up in a certain way one night? We've seen a lot of groups on all of our trips to all-inclusive resorts that do pick a night to have their own white night. So they have all kinds of fun pictures and a lot of fun just within their own group having a white night. Are you a person that tends to get cold? Some all-inclusive resorts can have very aggressive air conditioning and it can cool down at night. So I recommend bring layers, at least a sweater or some type of shawl in the evening in case you do get a little bit chilly. Think about sun protection. If you are from a northern part of the United States or Canada, you want to be protected. The sun is going to be much stronger where you're visiting. So we bring a hat and swim shirts because I hate reapplying sunscreen. You definitely want to bring sunscreen. You can get the stick sunscreen and that does not count as your 311. And I'm going to link in the blog post about this video to another video I did about how to get by the 311 rule. So ways you can find products that don't count towards 311 so you can still carry on your luggage. So look for that. I'm going to post the blog post in the first comment on this video. If you love to snorkel, I do recommend bringing at least your own mask. I like having my own mask. I actually just bring goggles because I don't need to breathe underwater. I'm happy just to look around, and goggles take up virtually no room in the suitcase. But you can bring your own goggle and mask and flippers if you have enough space in your luggage. A lot of places have them to rent, but I know, if you really, really love to snorkel, you're gonna want your own gear. When it comes to basic toiletries, what I do is as I'm going through my morning right before we leave, I just put all the products that I use to the side and then pack them to make sure I have everything I need. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face wash, you know, your morning vitamin C and sunscreen, your evening retinol if you're my age, and moisturizer. So you have everything all together. You'll want to bring a razor, maybe shaving cream, the different items that you use every day. Don't forget those. Some people also bring aloe because they know they're gonna get sunburnt. That's something to consider. If you struggle to stay hydrated, you may wanna bring a hydration product with you, something like liquid IV powder. Now be very careful with powder. Make sure it's individually packaged and don't bring too much because TSA in the USA at least does not like seeing a lot of powder in a carry-on bag. You definitely want to bring all your gadgets, so make sure you have your cords, your cell phone, your Kindle. If you plan on having any of those things by the pool, you may want a waterproof case for them. Do you plan on working out? Make sure to pack your workout gear. You may also want to bring a little med kit. Now, be sure to check the country you're going to and what is a prohibited item there. So Mexico in particular prohibits a lot of over-the-counter medications, especially when you're talking about Sudafed, inhalers. You have to be very careful about what you're bringing in because the prohibited list is long. So be sure to check that. And you want to check that for every country you're going to. Like for instance, Mexico doesn't allow you to bring a laptop and an iPad. You want to separate those. Like one person can bring a laptop, one person can bring an iPad, but one person may be charged duty if you try to bring in both. So be sure to check any prohibitive item list of the country you're going to. But when it comes to medication, we bring cold medication, Imodium AD, Alka-Seltzer, ibuprofen, and like an anti-itch cream in case you got a bug bite. That's our typical med kit. You may also want to bring insect repellent, especially if you are sensitive to mosquito bites. You do not need to bring towels. Every resort we've ever been to provides towels. You can take them off the resort with you if you're going to do an active excursion or visiting a different beach, so you don't need to bring towels with you. Some people do bring chair clips or something to hold their towel up on their chair, so that's something to consider. And then you can bring fun stuff. So one year we got these little inflatable coasters for the pool bar. You know, most of these resorts do have a swim up pool bar. So we had these little like flamingo pool floats that was exactly the size of the drink. A lot of people bring their hydro flask or some type of refillable tumbler to keep their drinks cold. If you're celebrating a special event, you may want to bring event decorations for a birthday, anniversary, divorce party, whatever you're out there celebrating. My biggest tip for all-inclusive packing though is really try to get everything down into a carry-on if you can. It makes things so much easier, but I completely understand if you can't. Some people want to have various outfit changes. You want to really look your best. In that case, make sure in your carry-on you have packed your swimsuit, a pair of sandals, an additional outfit for daytime, and if you can fit it, additional outfit for nighttime. That way, if your luggage is delayed, you have enough to get you through the first 24 hours without having to buy clothes. So those are my tips. What are your tips for packing for an all-inclusive resort? What are your must-haves? Let me know in the comments. And here's some all-inclusive resort videos YouTube and I thought you might like.